It's Tina back with a new video, and I'm going to do a reaction video to JasonBlaha Strength and Fitness, the gym lifting, recruiting, gym gear, fitness slave himself, JasonBlaha. So of his client, I'm going to critique and I'm going to do a reaction and critique his client, Jordan, Team Blaha client Jordan part 4. Yeah, I'm going to critique this. So, all right, let's watch this video.
Hey everybody, it's JasonBlaha here. Once again, it's time for my client Jordan's vlog, and we adjusted his...
All right, off the bat, I would say that this is a full concentric movement with an eccentric, full concentric with eccentric. However, in bodybuilding, what we're looking for is an adaptation. So in this movement, we're not looking for a full lockout in the concentric movement in bodybuilding. You understand me? Now, if you want to adapt to being good at lifting these weights, well, then come in every day. You'll adapt to being good at lifting these weights. But in bodybuilding, coming every day, you're adapted. So you're not going to get any damage. It's based on an adaptation. Muscle is tricky. It's not based on being good at lifting a heavy weight. It's based on being good at focusing on the eccentric portion of the movement, rapid firing, overworking of an untrained muscle. Again, like I said in the previous video, when I say untrained muscle, I don't mean that you are an untrained individual lifting in the gym like those studies. When they say people, we got these untrained individuals, they didn't say that these people were never trained. That's why people complain and say, oh, they got a guy who was untrained doing this exercise. No, he's untrained doing that exercise, but he's not untrained lifting weights in the gym. Get it? That's why they say in science, a unique feature of untrained muscles is they get stiff and sore the next day due to what? Damage. But what is the same as untrained? Unfamiliar, unaccustomed exercises. Get it? Get this damage. You understand me? An unaccustomed exercise is known to cause what? Widespread muscle damage. If you're unaccustomed to doing it, then you're untrained. But they don't say that you are not a trained individual in sports. Hello. You understand me? And then you get these crazy people trying to convince me, well, this is a carryover to this other sport. No, you have to get trained again in that sport. You need an adaptation to be good at it again. Get it? It's based on adaptations, muscular adaptations. And I guess people still don't even understand that shit, dude. But anyways, like I said, you don't need the full lockout. You need a rapid. This needs to be an overworking of an untrained muscle. That untrained could be what? Maybe you're trained doing 5 by 10, but you're not you're untrained doing 5 by 20, and you have to be focused on doing that. But I like what he's doing here. It's okay still.
The training schedule this week a little bit based around...
But it's slow. It's slow and it's useless in bodybuilding to get an adaptation in muscle, in a damage and a repair and remodeling. So now it's resilient from further assault, so you have to find something you're untrained doing again in that exercise, get it? To get damage again. But he's not focused on that because he doesn't know fuck all about fucking bodybuilding or exercise or what causes damage to muscle fibers. And he thinks he's big because he loaded glycogen in his muscles, because now he's an endurance athlete lifting this weight because he's getting good at lifting weights, and that adaptation is based on you coming often to the gym. And anything that you do often, you're an endurance athlete and you're recovering. So if you're recovering, you need energy, and that energy is the form of glycogen. So there are two types of muscle growth. One is artificial, one is real. Myofibrillar and sarcoplasmic. This dude has sarcoplasmic muscles. That's what he has, sarcoplasmic. So he pretends, he pretends, well, look, I got big, so I must be strong. Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy does not make muscles stronger. That's why they get injured, these power lifters.
Stuff he needs to do, ability to work out at home on certain days if he needs to. So again, just to make everything flow, we changed his pull day to the first workout. Then we have the chest and tricep push day.
Another thing is he's listening to music. One of his earphones fell out.
Then we have leg day. Then we have...
Very distracting.
have a shoulder day separate. So that's
How can you focus and know exactly what you're doing here? Why is he even standing on these plates? Waste of time.
our 4-day split. So we start the week off with a deficit deadlift. Overall, pretty happy with that.
These are not bad, but you don't need to go full lockout at the top. You need to, in bodybuilding, we're focused on the eccentric portion of the movement and many rapid firing movements. Get it? It has to be an overworking of that muscle. A lot of it, a lot of something.
We got 6 reps. No PR on the pull-ups either, but we did get stronger on rows and on curl.
Again, PR, being good at doing that. You can't focus on being good at PR doing any of these things if you're focused on getting an adaptation in muscle or damage and getting a repairing and modeling muscle.
It's kind of one of those two to where we get to the leg day and he's like, man, this week's not going great, but it's like he got PRs on all this other stuff, right? He PR'd rows,
Oh yeah, okay, whatever.
bench, incline bench.
He PR'd, wasting his time. He's small and he's weak, bro. Trust me, he's small and he's weak. He's just good at lifting these weights. Big people are not scared of little people. Get it? Little weak people. Or fat, bunchy people, or with fake muscles, sarcoplasmic muscles.
Having a laugh about it. Lifters and athletes who push themselves like that, that's just the way it is. Keeping in mind.
Yeah, athletes that push themselves. This is not, gyms are not about being, you're not athletic in gym, dude. Being athletic means playing sports. This is not a sport. Sports is basketball, swimming, sprinting, running, climbing. These are sports, bro. Get it? Shot put. I don't know what else there is. A fucking javelin. A bunch of stuff at the Olympics. Those are sports. Those are what you're trying to get good at doing. But you want to get good at lifting weights in the gym, okay? So they're going to say, well, this is a sport. Well, weightlifting is kind of a sport, right? They got good at lifting these weights. See what I mean? They just got good at doing them. Yeah. But they're a slave. They're a slave to keep doing them forever. You understand me? Because it's not based on an adaptation, muscular adaptation. It's based on neurological adaptations. Get it, dude?
Another. And athletes who push themselves like that.
Yes, they push themselves. Like I said, this is based on neurological adaptations. This is not based on muscular adaptations. And I can prove it. Because look. I don't know if this is PubMed. Hold on a second. Yep, this is the one. Dude. So the myocytic androgen receptor controls the strength but not the mass of the limb muscles. So this would be part of maximal force production. So what controls the mass of the limb muscles? You understand me? What controls that? Myofibrillar growth, okay? These nuclei, myofibrillar growth, all that. Let's just say this. Myofibrillar growth controls the mass of the limb muscles. That's what controls it. This does not control it. So even if you inject steroids in your body and they bind with the receptor, you're going to go, well, I have high testosterone, so I should have big muscles. Well, they have a nuclear domain limit muscles, get it? The cell can only get so big. And then when you run out of these nuclei, there's no more growth. It's based on an adaptation principle. Yeah. Look, when you run out of these nuclei,
according to Singapore Medical
myonuclear domain size limit, right there. MND size has a ceiling adaptive process beyond which extra myonuclei are donated by satellite cell to support what? Further muscle growth. So what do you need to do to support further muscle growth? You need an adaptation. Boy, you're getting good at lifting weights. That's not based on that type of adaptation, muscular adaptations. You're wasting your time. Get it? Wasting your time, dude.
That's just the way it is. Keeping in mind another life
the way it is, yes.
We're ready to peak for, because if we just get jacked.
Look at him. He's just throwing the exercise up in the air, and then he's just kind of like throwing it down. See what I mean? Here's the thing. You can move weight down in a down position. You can handle more weight in a down position than you can in an up position. So we can actually put a lot of weight on this bar if we want, right? We bring it up partially halfway up, and we focus on bringing it down, up and down, and as many rapid firing motions as we can. That's it, to cause damage to the muscle fibers so we can get an adaptation, so we can get bigger and stronger, dude.
And we get strong at all these top sets, you're going to have.
No, he didn't. He never got strong. He got better at lifting these weights, but he never never got stronger. He got the nervous system. You get these receptors, these androgen receptors, and the motor units, recruiting motor units, and all of that. But it's not based on muscular strength, dude.
A strong big three.
It's not permanent. It's not permanent. It becomes permanent with every adaptation. Let me explain this. The muscular adaptation that you get from lifting that last session that you got, and there's a repair and remodeling, you are now permanently stronger at lifting those weights. It will never go away. So what do you need to do? Go to the next level. Go to the next level. Get it? You can lift. I didn't say you don't have to lift heavier. You can lift heavier and get a new adaptation lifting a heavier weight by getting a repair and a remodeling, a damaging and repairing and remodeling. Get it? And now that will be permanent. So every time you go up in weight, it'll be permanent. So even if you were to go away for a year, 2 years from the gym, you could literally come back and bench press the exact same weight according to that adaptation. And you can squat the same weight without practicing. You don't even have to, you could go directly to a 500-pound squat. You don't have to warm up. You don't have to do anything, dude. Get it? Because it's based on an adaptation. Maybe you don't understand that. You need to look it up and understand what that means.
Okay, so what does our day here look like for the pull?
Again, he's throwing the weight up. Look at him. He throws the weight up. He's just throwing it up in the air, and then when he brings it down, he's just kind of like it's just flopping.
Look, deficit deadlifts. We only do one.
See, he's not really focused on the eccentric portion. If you're focused on the eccentric portion, it's very specific what you're doing there. You're only going up halfway, and then you're bringing it down, and they're rapid firing motions.
One set of those. We do weighted pull-ups, rows, barbell curl.
I would call this laziness. This is lazy lifting. People don't realize that. In the back of their mind, they think they're getting something, but they're not.
Incline curls.
He's trained doing this
because
anyway.
we do need to do really well. I mean,
This too. He does a lazy workout.
jacked. You guys have seen him shirtless.
Yeah, he's jacked. We've seen him shirtless. So let me get it straight. We've seen him shirtless. He looks jacked shirtless, but he doesn't look jacked with the shirt on. See what I mean? I fucking look jacked with the shirt on and off. You know what I mean? When I walk around, bro.
Of course, silly accusations of Photoshop that you guys can see.
He threw the weights. He was throwing the weights up and down. Again, useless exercise. Let's see his bench press.
Even in a t-shirt, he's jacked.
This forces you to get an eccentric movement. Definitely, because it's going to be drawn to your chest. There's a lot of people that just bring it partial way, go up.
Okay, come on. We're at 180.
Good movement. He brought it all the way down. You don't need to lock out. And the movements need to be rapid firing.
Pounds. We're slowly gaining weight. All right, bench press, 240 for 7. All right, this is PR. This is stronger than last week on the bench. Again, notice.
This is a lot stronger than the last bench. You mean a lot better. He got a lot better at benching. He didn't get stronger.
We don't ego lift on.
He didn't get a muscular adaptation, so he never got stronger. He got better at lifting this weight.
On these big barbell movements. Okay? They're pushing limit sets, and so performance does degrade a little.
He's doing pretty good here too, but he doesn't do enough sets. He doesn't do enough repetitions, and they're not fast and rapid.
So we got something like 8.
And he's focused more on the concentric portion. Notice that. Not saying he's not getting eccentric. He is, but he's adapted. And if you're adapted, there's nothing going on there. You understand? If you're adapted, there's no damage because muscle's resilient from further assaults, even in the eccentric portion now. So what do you need to do to get this damage? I just told you. Overtraining of an untrained muscle. Overtraining of an untrained muscle, which untrained means unaccustomed, unfamiliar forms. Now, if you don't understand it, look it up, dude. I've done it, several videos on it.
vibe here. But again,
Again,
all right, chest and upper chest.
this you could be doing these exercises and they're useless. They're absolutely useless.
The weakest, some of the weakest links for him, something we really are trying to work on. So
Useless. You're useless. Oh,
again, we double down on this. We do more volume for his chest
okay.
volume. We focus on progressive over cables. I
Progressive
actually
overload. We're focused on progressive overload.
do
Yes.
recommend cables for triceps.
Yes. Yes.
Of course, I think we're going to do next week at his house. So he's going to do a safety bar squat, and we'll do leg extensions. He's got a leg extension at home. So again, these sets are challenging here. He's going hard. All right, leg.
Look at that. Look at the leg portion. He's not going all the way down. He's focused on the. This is the problem. Sometimes they're forced to do the eccentric, but they're not. They're still not getting any adaptations. They're forced, like bench press, because why? Because gravity. Remember, the eccentric portion is the going with gravity, is not going against gravity. So some exercises that you perform, they may seem to be, well, I'm getting the eccentric portion. You're getting it because you're forced. You're laying on your back, right? You're forced to get some of these movements, definitely. Okay, but here's the thing. Again, a lot of the exercises he's doing, he's focused on the concentric. Look, even on these leg presses, everything he was just doing here.
Press afterwards, right? So our leg.
See that? I started doing them more with my toes at the top and then all the way down so my heels touch my butt.
Pretty straightforward.
That makes it a lot more difficult, believe me.
Right now, a hack squat, a leg press. We do a glute ham raise.
The hack squat too was partial rep. He's just doing concentric movements. Concentric is useless without the eccentric. But even if you're adapted doing the eccentric, it's useless too. There you go.
And then since we already have that leg press loaded up, we use it. If they have access to machines, the back squat.
Yeah.
I just prefer to use it.
Okay.
100+ pound squats. I've linked videos.
Again, this is a useless movement too. This just makes you better at doing these kind of things.
Clients of mine hitting squats in that range.
He's like bouncing up and down.
So people know that's not BS.
It is BS.
Wish he could find a way to.
It's BS.
We all have
Calf raise, right? Same
Equivalent of a standing calf raise.
basic idea here. We just do toe presses on.
So look at what he does. So he goes all the way up to the top. All the way up to its concentric.
On the leg press. Again.
Okay, he does have some eccentric now, which is good. But guess what? You're adapted. You're adapted, so it's nothing going to get damaged there. So what do you need to do to get a new adaptation? It's an overworking of an untrained muscle. Remember what it says in Google. What is a unique feature of untrained muscles? They get stiff and sore the next day due to what? Muscle damage. And that's associated with DOMS. So unfamiliar, unaccustomed exercises. New or unfamiliar forms of exercises gets this damage.
It shows the versatility of having one of these.
Unfamiliar forms of exercise. Overworking of an unfamiliar form. Yay.
Use these things for different stuff. I mean, a machine like this isn't bad.
Different strokes for different folks.
You can do hack squats on it. You can do.
Sure, yeah. Yes, Blaha.
Footage of his leg. Gets the job done. His workouts are less than 40.
I love this. It's just like he brings it up to the top and then brings it down. You know, brings it up, brings it down. Okay, full lockout. You don't need that. You need rapid firing motions again in the eccentric portion, and it needs to be an overworking of an untrained muscle.
5 minutes. Some of them are only 30 minutes, and that's the idea. He doesn't have a lot of training time, so we have to be efficient.
Yeah. We have to be efficient. I love these. When people try to do these for their shoulders, they don't understand anything about shoulders, how it gets damaged. For this. Now he's doing a partial rep with the downforce. Look. See that? That is a proper eccentric movement. Proper. Finally. He's not bringing it all the way up to his forehead. You understand me? He's focused on the downforce. So if he's doing a proper eccentric motion, that means he can handle more weight. You can handle more weight because you're bringing it up partially, and you're allowing gravity to drag the weight down against gravity. You understand me? That's the whole point. Yeah. But he's focused, but it looks like it's too light to cause any damage or get a new adaptation. So yeah, he's kind of wasting his time there, but whatever. A lot of people waste their time in gyms. They go in there, they just do useless shit. Okay, this is again, you don't need to bring him all the way up to the top. This is useless. Useless. He's swinging the weight. Here's the thing with these side laterals, they're actually useless. They're great for sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, for the pump. If you want to draw more glycogen in your muscles, that's what good full range motions are great for. Definitely. To get because your training is sarcoplasmic. His training is sarcoplasmic, and it's, you could call it powerlifting, getting good at lifting these weights. So that's two-part in powerlifting, sarcoplasmic and lifting his weight. In bodybuilding, real bodybuilding, focus on eccentric, getting more. We are going to get stronger too. We're going to get better at lifting. Well, we're going to get permanent strength. Get it? Eccentric portion. Notice his arms, they go up in the air, and then he just goes like this. So what is he exactly getting in this exercise? What do you think's happening to the muscle there? Hey? It's getting fatigued, right? It's getting tired. All right. It's getting worked, it's getting tired, it's getting worked. But is it getting an adaptation? Is it getting damaged though? No, there's no damage there. Because these movements are useless. The best one are the OHPs for shoulders, behind the neck, and from the front, military presses. Why are they the best? Because they cause a pull and a stretch in the opposite direction against gravity, going downward. The gravity's pulling it. We're not going against gravity, going with gravity. You understand me? But he's just throwing these weights up and down. That's why they're useless. Absolutely useless exercise. It's great for exhausting and tiring yourself out, so then you can't continue on doing any more exercises. That's about it. That's about it, bro. Anyways, I guess that's the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one. A lot of useless lifting. People don't even know what they're getting. They don't know the difference between myofibrillar, sarcoplasmic. There's two types of muscle growth. One is artificial, one is real. And they're both based on different adaptations. You could be good at lifting, getting neurological, good at lifting these weights in the gym, being a endurance athlete now, sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. Or you could be a bodybuilder coming in, how should I put it, periodically, coming into the gym periodically. And then it's an overworking of that untrained muscle. I didn't say you were a trained athlete. I said it's an overworking of an untrained muscle. And if you don't understand what that means, then fucking look it up, dude, all right? Christ. And then you need to be in positive nitrogen balance after the workout as a bodybuilder doing eccentric portion movements. That's about it. To get permanent fucking strength and get new adaptations. See you in the next one, friends. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. See you in the next one. Maybe I'll go more into depth of this stuff. I'm always putting stuff in my community section. Read it. Try to understand. I'm always putting up the real good stuff. See you later, man.